noobs? This is New Pylon here. I'm your host, Recorder, and back at it again with another episode of Bastion. Now, today we're gonna go ahead and try to find ourselves some sweet cores so we can start getting this place developed. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. I just pressed the wrong button, but hey, you know, you make mistakes, right?
The break. In better days, the melting pot was sealed tighter than the skin on a squirt.
Okay. Oh, I've got a lot of HP, so...
Of all the plans to survive the Calamity, it had to be stab weeds. Blasted things hurt like a broken heart. If there's a core, he figures it ought to be deeper down. He cuts down every stab weed like there's gonna be a prize for it. Core stuck inside one of those fancy cages. Some of the stuff lying around is downright dangerous. He throws a switch. Now what could possibly go wrong? Quite a bit, as it turns out. The cage starts lifting from the core ever so slow. All Kid can do is wait. Shipments start falling in. Not every squirt's born bad. Some spring to the kid's defense. Judging by the movement of the cage, it's gonna take a little while. Scumbags don't take kindly to interlopers. Even some gas fellas take his corner. Heard he popped that mean old foreman. At this rate, maybe 5 more minutes, maybe 30, hard to tell. Squirts get real territorial around the core. Then a shipment of free samples shows up. One thing's for sure, that cage is awful heavy. It's a troublesome scene to be sure. Ain't all bad, as the kid finds some spices from the motherland, tax-free. A few moments left, and the core goes free. 10, 9, 8, 7, give or take a few seconds. Finally, the core's within reach. And done. He's got it. Just gotta get to the nearest barge.
That's it. That was pretty quick, I'm not gonna lie.
I still remember the look on his face after that one.
Yeah, it was actually that was really quick.
The old world's finished, but the new world's just getting started. Folks voyaged across the boundless sea to found Calamity. It was good living here for a while.
Let's see if we got anything.
Fetching fizz is like a mouthful of nails, but the benefits are worth it.
I change that to trip hand grenade. I'll get the volley. I can't cast spell, but foundation. Alright. Get myself a
A lot of things need fixing up in this world, and we can start right here.
What is this? Draw speed, penetration. Arrows cause damage over time. 50% more damage.
Kid packs a special surprise in every one of those arrows. Turns out those old bones still have some spark in them.
Alright. Let's go for level 4. Let's go for another core. Core here. On this space. Oh, the proving grounds. There's a lot of proving grounds. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and get another core first. Should I? Actually, I should go for the Machete challenge.
That's Windbag Ranch. Perfect place to work a blade if you got the stomach for it.
That way, because I like the machete, so I'm gonna go ahead and use that. And,
Windbag Ranch was built for gathering squirt extract in copious supply. Ain't nothing more healthful. Some folks showed up to make a fast buck with nothing but a knife.
Ridiculous.
Slippery little devils.
Oh my god.
Place gets awful slick sometimes.
Oh my god, this guy's just running away.
Other folks came to train their throwing arms.
This is impossible, there's just way too many. I need to restart.
smashed.
50 seconds. What I want to do becomes a bit more easier. Ghost blade. I don't know what technique that is. I'm not sure. I'm supposed to check it in, but
Well, the kid's gone and struck terror in the hearts of squirts everywhere.
I gotta talk to
We ain't much for pleasantries.
Ghost blade, a secret technique that slices through everything in its path. I'll try to check that out as well. Stuff, so damage over time. Oh, I can actually change. One blades per frame, one critical damage. So this and this one like works together, I guess.
War machetes are so quick, you gotta keep a good grip on them.
Since we got that, I guess we'll try ahead and go ahead and finish the Trappist challenge as well.
No place better than Trapper's shingle for learning to tread light and shoot straight. Trappers had to tread real careful here, else take a nasty fall.
I actually remember.
They train themselves by clearing out the targets, while not clearing out the floor.
And what I recall from my last time, like a couple of years back when I first played this game, was that I could not finish this for some reason.
Any good trapper knows never to take a step till the time is right.
I missed.
A decent trapper wouldn't walk away empty-handed.
Damn, that's really difficult. It's really difficult. Sometimes I get it in one shot, sometimes I don't. Why can't I shoot it?
Most trappers couldn't get. Master trappers got what they needed for a better hunt.
Alright, so the trick here was to actually press the lock on, the defend button, which I changed to one of my upper mouse buttons. So I did that and then I just shot everything. So that was just made it so much more easier. Something to easy. Alright. I'd actually like to see this in action though, like the skill, you know. Alright, so that was actually easy.
The trappers would have been impressed with how the kid handled the shingle.
I actually changed also one of it to bedroom, like the 10% critical hit chance. But I'm gonna go ahead and get myself a squirt cider. Absorb stray fragments.
Squirt cider will toughen you right up. Too bad about the musty aftertaste.
Find a new weapon to use this. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm also very curious about this skill. Breaker's volley. Is it Breaker's volley? I'm not sure what the new one is. I can't tell. I think it was Bolt Burst, right? I think it was that one. I like my combination for now, so I'm gonna stick with this one. Now that we've completed all the training grounds, let's go ahead to the Hanging Gardens. Is this like a Babylon reference? Like the Hanging Gardens of Babylon?
The dead welcome him with open arms.
Literally.
The Calamity took everybody after all. Kid sees it plain, frozen faces all around. You don't much care to see him. Not like this. These folks never saw the Calamity coming, but someone did. Someone close. Someone who ain't like Mr. Beckley and his kindly wife. It was someone like him.
Oh.
Kid sees him there agape, in the flesh. It's a snag or two trying to get to him. He ain't about to stop, no matter what. He's got so many questions after all. Just ain't got time for answers. The Thunder brothers didn't make it.
Sorry, but you have to go.
They never saw what it was like beyond the walls. Nor did the bird boy. Didn't make it. The Jawsons, they didn't make it. Grady Sr., Grady Jr., they didn't make it. But him, he survived. Kid finds proof enough that man ain't from around here. Just think, without that man, we wouldn't be here right now, would we? The core survived as well. Kid does what he has to do. What do you say to a man who's seen too much? Kid hasn't a clue, but he says this. We have to go. Please. He's a proper gentleman, that man. His name is Zolf. No hiding he's an Ura. Folks like him ain't never been a common sight in Caelandia. He's relieved to see a living face or two. The kid and I introduce ourselves in kind. Both to him and to each other for the first time. For Zolf, Caelandia was like a second home. He's real worried about his first home, too. Far to the east. He was born in the Tazzle terminals. The Ura sent him on a mission of peace to our city, and he's lived here ever since. We fought the Ura decades ago, but that was then. Things are different between us now.
Yeah, no shit, the whole shit, like, this is going to... But, when do I get it free?
Kid ain't finished here yet.
Oh, that's right.
The cores. They remember. That's why this place is coming together. That's why things are gonna be alright. Well, look what we have here.
Memorial. Lost and found. Memorial? I don't really remember what this does.
The memorial. Here, a kid can pay respect to the old world and earn it in kind.
Construct the memorial to Caledonia. Quickly strike foes 15 times in a row without missing.
The valediction. Just another one of my sketches. Nothing more.
So you actually have to use these weapons though. Defeat a foe by counter blocking its melee attack while at least 20% health. Huh. I mean, these seem to be easy, right? I guess you gotta have upgrades first.
Words can't express what happened, but they're all I got.
Actually, I don't know. This one, right? Defeat 3 foes with a single willpower shot.
We tracked down a couple more cores near the edge of the city.
I guess we'll go ahead to this one.
There's only one way to Cinderbrick Fort. The hard way. Sure, the city marshals may be gone, but now the fort's crawling with windbags.
So I can get that achievement. Oh crap. Whoops.
The Calamity was mercy for normal folks. so lucky. They've been left to freeze or starve or face the kid. Well, windbags young and old keep fighting for the fort. Wham! Kid's ready for the windbags this time. Kid can't hardly tell up from down after a while. At least the marshals left the kid a parting gift. Something the windbags just can't handle. Something that'll punch clean through their greasy hides. Windbags ain't much different from normal folks. All they want's a warm place to stay and a decent meal. The Calamity drove the windbags topside. A lot of them wound up here in this very fort. Could have been minding the business underground like in the old days. Windbags can't use the marshal supplies, but the kid sure can.
Actually, I don't mind this one. This is actually pretty nice. But I do want to get that achievement.
He stashes the marshal's prize. Goes back to something more his style.
What the hell? Oh, there's a hole down there.
As for the windbags, Cinder Brick gave them enough heat and metal to munch on for a while. But the fort ain't theirs by right. Can't blame them for wanting it, though. So many of those sorry things hold up inside that old fort. Security's plane gone haywire. Windbags gummed up the works. Kid ain't afraid of getting burned. They trapped the kid in the middle of the force parade grounds. Then they bring out Glutus and Glandon and all their scumbag uncles. They got something to gain, and only their sorry hides to lose. Kid takes down Ludas, or maybe even Blandon. The other big fella soon joins his brother, wherever they are now. Finally get the message. The skyway's a welcome sight after all that. And now ain't nothing left for nobody down at Cinderbrick Fort.
Seems good.
Kid shows up just as Zulf's telling me about his own journey to the city. Seems the only thing the Calamity saved for Zulf was his smoking pipe. Poor kid collapses after just one drag.
What?
The past. Only good thing ever come out of the past is history. Catches up with the kid. Hardly had a moment's rest since all this started. Fair to say he's led a hard life, supposing what he says in his sleep ain't no lie. He never knew his old man, but he had his mama to take care of. Frail thing with pure white hair like his. Having his mama's hair did the kid no favors while he was growing up, but he learned to hold his own out there. School ain't working out, so the kid signs up for a turn on the rippling walls. Make his mama some money. Thanks to folks like the kid, the walls kept Celandia safe from whatever's out there. The elements, the Ura, you name it. Once the kid done his time, he hurried on home. Turns out his mama's time was done too. The city had nothing for him. The money he'd been sending home was nowhere to be found either. So what'd the kid do? Why, he went right on back to the walls for another 5 years. In the history of Caelandia, nobody's ever volunteered for a second shift on the walls. Out there, kid learned to fend for himself, learn to build, learn to break. In time, the kid earned good standing with the marshals. They trusted him to scout out farther than anybody. One night, on one of his expeditions, the ground beneath him shuddered, cracked, and split apart. He saw nothing where the world used to be. The Calamity happened just like that.
Oh.
All the kid had to work with was his hammer and the clothes on his back. Through twisted streets, he ran with nothing but the city crest and an old stranger's voice to guide him. finally arrived at Caelandia's vaunted safe haven. He and no one else. But then, all they got was more thankless work from a man who ain't even asked his name. Sure, I may be the one who dreamt up the walls and the Bastion, but the kid made them real, not me. I'd like to say I'll never forget him, or what he's doing, what he's done. I surely would.
Wow, that reflection was insane.
The marshals seem like good men, he says. They treated him with dignity. Zolf brought his antique smoking pipe all the way from the terminals.
Oh man, yeah, I already went there, but I think that's it for this today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode as much as I am, and I have. I hope you guys click that like and subscribe button, and don't forget to come and see us next time on Indie Masters on Bastion. This is all my time. I'm your host, Aquarium. Peace.